Why is this happening?
This
is always happening. Welcome, everybody. We are Tabletop Adventures. See? Now I screwed it up. It's everybody's fault. This is Tabletop Anthologies. We are playing Star Trek Adventures. You know what? Just wanna close it and start it over. One to beam up. God damn it. Welcome. We're continuing our second scenario with the crew of the USS Surprise. There's no such thing as a free lunch. This is our third episode, and our crew, we left off where they were in sickbay. They had taken this idol that they came across in a not so great manner, and they've erected a level 1 containment force field around it in an attempt to control these waves that they discovered is emanating from this idol. So they have worked on something to contain it, and that's where we're at this point. And as we were leaving, the medical officer from the sickbay on Narendra Station had just sent a message over to the chief medical officer letting him know that the suspect in question has just regained consciousness. And so, real quick, I'll reintroduce everybody. Tabletop Tony as Commander Maricadi. We have Hades over here as Commander Kullat. Right, all right. And down below, we have Turg, Zemp, Tak Thrall. Below me here is Forloth, Lieutenant Kaval. And stage left, Severian as Lieutenant Junior Grade Andal Grax, our Chief Medical Officer. All right, hello, boys. Field is yours.
Off to 6.
So as far as we left off, we had just put the field around it, right?
You had. And then from what you could tell, is it's being contained at this point.
Maybe this is what you just now meant, but I was going to say I would, perform a scan.
Are you trying to be a Ferengi now too? It's revving off. He's actually starting to get some lobes. Those ears, those Vulcan ears, are actually starting to round and come out.
I would scan to make sure that I'm not picking up that same effect it was having on its surroundings that I found earlier outside of the field.
Okay. For that, you can use a reason and security and do sensors and science with ship assist.
Admiral, just to bring me up to speed here, are we on the ship or are we back on the space station?
You're still on the ship. You guys are you hadn't left the ship yet. While you were working on that containment field, you had gotten a message from the station saying,
"Gotcha.
He is awake."
Oh,
yes.
Sorry, if I wasn't mistaken, I thought we went back on and then we were talking. We talked to the guy and then we cut it off right beforehand.
No, it had cut off right at the comms chirp.
Okay.
And that's reason and security or reason and science?
Reason and science. Sorry if I said security. If somebody would like to do the ship roll, that's under the characters tab. Bridge. Sorry.
What do you need?
It is supporting characters. He needs a sensors and science roll, and it's going to be a difficulty 2. Okay. So, momentum. What do you want to do with it?
I'd say bank it, because we're just checking to see if the same observable phenomenon is still present outside the field.
Okay. Okay. 7. Okay. So, you do observe that the at this time the force field is stable and it's actually holding these waves that this idol is emitting within the containment.
Commander Kullat, are we secure? Are we able to head into the space station now to recover the individual?
The effect of the idol has been contained.
Very good. That's good to hear. Well, let's get our team back out there. We need to get word with this Ferengi. Might know a thing or two about what's going on. Perhaps maybe this individual might be even been an unwilling victim of this. But maybe that's me thinking too positive, too optimistically.
Would you like me to get us docked, Commander?
Yeah, bring us into couple, and we'll reboard. Captain, we're reboarding with the station now that we've got the energy contained. We're heading back on to interrogate the Ferengi.
Okay.
I don't know why I did this. I meant.
Yeah.
I did this.
Try it again for me. There you go. There you are.
Nice. I love that.
Understood, number one. Just keep me apprised of the situation and what you guys learn.
Roger that.
Commander, if I might, it might be best that I stay behind to maintain this field and further study the artifact.
Very good. I'll trust your expertise in this case. Would you like a souvenir on our way back?
Native, Commander. This is quite sufficient for those needs.
Very good. Didn't know Vulcan culture regarding that, but anywho, let us not tally.
Okay. Real quick, Turg, I need you to give me a control and Conn, difficulty 1, and a ship assist, their commander of Conn and computer. Make sure you guys get back properly.
And when they do disembark, I would be studying the idol to see if I can learn more about its effects or how to turn it on or off.
Okay. Perfect. So, Zemp, you have 1 momentum if you would like to do anything with it.
We're gonna bind you, Chief.
Did you roll?
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, the game was loading. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I had you on the wrong screen. You said you're going to bank it?
Oh.
That would be correct, sir.
Okay. All right.
Admiral,
So the ship,
begin- what?
sorry. Zemp, with his amazing piloting skills, brings the ship in nice and smooth, and the docking rings come out and attach to the dock, and you get notified from the station itself that you have a good coupling and that you are to disengage your engines.
Excellent work as always, Lieutenant Commander.
I thank you, Commander.
Now, Admiral, I was saying actually, where'd you get these maps again? Because all these, every time you pop one of these open, this is really cool. I really like this.
The gentleman, I'm gonna have to look at his name here. Hang on. His, I found it on DeviantArt. It's Rekkert is the name. Rekkert, Rekkert, and he does all of this. This is all his art, and he does commissions. And when I came across these, I was like, oh, these would be great to use as maps. And so I asked him, can I use them? And he said, of course, but I can't touch any of the commissioned art, because obviously those are for people who paid for it, things like that. So he said I could use this if I gave him credit, and I was able to find some Norway class stuff.
Yeah, seriously, I linked it in our Twitch chat for our viewers, because these are definitely really cool maps. I like the ISO. I like the kind of view they have with it. It fits what we have too. Like our dudes kind of fit properly on here.
Yeah, and I had added, so just a quick shout out. Like you could see, that's the map's normal color, and then I added some lighting to give it a little more.
That was going to be my next question.
Realistic look. Because
really cool.
Should you guys be in Med Bay and you're under red alert, we gotta be able to simulate that. So yeah. So there we are. All right. So the ship is docked. What's everybody gonna do?
Ship is docked. All right, team. Looks like we're taking our same away team out, minus Commander Kullat. He's gonna remain on ship. Let's head to the Med Bay and see if we can get interrogated. Lieutenant Andol, or Grax rather. I would like you close on this. I don't know what this Ferengi's condition looks like, but hopefully I want you there to make sure we can keep him conscious.
Understood. I got a good look at his medical records last time. I'll try and do what I can.
Very good. That's all I ask.
Okay.
All right,
You
any
walking
questions
over?
before we head out? No? Very good.
Beaming? Walking?
3 to beam. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to beam. How to count?
Okay, so that will be on Commander Kullat to do since he's sticking around, right? So Commander Kullat, to do a beam out. Dun-dun-dun-dun. You're going to do a control and engineering difficulty 2. Commander Maricadi, ship assist with sensors and engineering.
Roger.
I'm glad I'm getting that assist because I would hate to screw up this roll.
The pattern buffers. Okay.
He
well.
says he hate to screw it up. He's humble. He's humble.
You saving that, moms?
I use it so that I beam in a full nutritious lunch with their stomachs.
In
That's
their stomach. Wow. How caring.
Is it?
I get them as accurately where they're going as possible and bank anything extra.
So what was it? The Rigellan soup? Is that what it is? A little bit of what do we have in here, huh?
Some lembas bread, I hope.
Oh, limbus bread. Okay, that's a.
They
I
can
hope-
march for days on that stuff.
I hope the replicators have that in their storage. All right, so 3 to beam out. Then we are going to Narendra Station, everybody.
Or, sir.
Un moment, por favor. Bum-bum-bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, so Kullat, we'll leave you in the scene so you can at least see what's going on. You guys have beamed directly into the lobby of the med bay at the Narendra Station.
Lobby.
The lobby. Very good. Yeah, this is Commander Maricadi. We're reaching out for that Ferengi that was just awoken. Which could you escort us to them, please?
Commander, of course. And you brought your chief medical officer as well, I assume?
Of course. Lieutenant and Grax here is the best.
Okay, good.
in our
He is
field.
a lieutenant and all, Grax, sir. The patient is still in pretty critical condition. We don't want to move him, so, you can question him all you like, but he's still in critical condition. And if you look at him and if you have any suggestions, certainly by all means, let us know. But if you guys go ahead and go through the doors, here, I'll can't move. Let me see. Get him. Oh no, he's part of the scene. So I will put. Oops. Let me move to Thak. Cabal is by the door you need to go in. He said, so go through the doors to the left. You'll find a long hallway. And once you go through the main doors, one of the officers will direct you from there.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Why is Commander Kullat semi-transparent?
It's a ghost.
He's
Just here in
I've
spirit.
that was a transporter accident.
Transporter accident.
Yeah, you guys can't see me. I'm in the halfway to the other world.
Oh, right.
Oh dear. Very good then. Looking quite semi-transparent there, or semi-opaque.
You look like you've lost some weight.
Is the glass half empty or half full? Is he semi-opaque or semi-transparent?
Yes.
What happened to Turk?
Knock.
Where is he? Where's his character? Oh, he's upside down. Hold on. He's walking on the ceiling.
Trying
It's
to move.
relative in space.
It's
Right.
relative in space.
Well, you know, mountain goats, they can like walk up slopes. Yeah, he can just walk upside down.
Knew it was something.
This wall is actually at a 2% grade. I can walk on this.
So, Andal, once you walk in, one of the officers looks up and he says, "Oh, go back one room."
Yeah. What are you doing, dude?
Trying it slow.
Did you say one? It's slow.
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
stuttering a
that's
little
why I
bit.
couldn't move.
Is it?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
it's kind of stuttering a little bit.
Okay. What is? There it goes. He's big. He goes, "Okay. Are you the Starfleet officers from the Surprise that are here to see the Ferengi?"
Yes, I am Lieutenant Andal Grax. I'm the science officer from the Surprise.
Okay. If you'll head through the doors there to the left, and it'll be first set of doors to the north. He's in one of the surgery bays recovering.
And I apologize, I meant medical officer.
Oh, understood.
Oh.
I knew what you meant.
I just walked by, you know, nodding my head. Thank you. Excuse me, pardon me. Thank you. That looks like a good guy in there.
So he's giant, and for whatever reason, it won't let me change his size. Let's see. Let me try this again. Hold on. NPC.
While you're fixing that, what's he look like? Like physically, how does he look beat up or anything? Or
Oh gosh. Why is
No. What have I done?
what? No, he doesn't look beat up. I'll leave the size there. No, he doesn't look beat up. He obviously looks cleaned up. He's a big gash on his giant Ferengi dome, and his lobe looks like it might have been torn at some point, but it was stitched back together. And he lays in one of the beds, and he kind of sits up when you all walk in.
So he sits up, okay. Well, Kolar Zell, I take it.
I presume. We meet again.
Starfleet, what do you want?
Yes, well, you see, you don't look too good, and I think we received a gift from you. Well, we would like to return it.
Gift? You said we meet again. I've never seen you in my life.
Well, you see, you dropped off a peculiar device that has done some things, but we'd like to give it back to you.
A device? You have no proof, human. I gave you no such device.
Lieutenant, is this Ferengi experiencing amnesia, or is this a joke?
while you're talking, I would be looking at his. I'm assuming there's some sort of console on the bed where I can look at his vital signs and
Yeah,
do
you
a
can.
scan on him.
Yeah, you could do that real quick. That's going to be a. Let's see. Reason and medicine. Difficulty 1.
Yep. And at that point, I actually pull up to one of like the seats here or something and cross my legs and sit down. You know. All right. Sorry. What? Go ahead. Sorry.
Would my triage focus apply here? Is this triage?
No, he's out of surgery. You're just kind of talking to him. You're just basically looking at a chart.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm gonna do one of these. Admiral, you watching me?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Oh look. You know what? He's completely intimidated by what he's seeing right now. And he asks you to rub his lobes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. For those who don't know, go ahead and just watch any episode of The Next Generation. Thank you.
Yeah. So perfect.
Commander Maricadi.
Yes.
We do, of course, have surveillance footage of our encounter with this Ferengi. He, of course, has the choice. He can talk to us, or
Right.
we can let him talk to the Klingon security, who had a few questions for him.
That's a good
suggestion.
idea.
Now,
Oh,
humans, let's not get hasty.
Well, then tell us what we want to know. Quit toying with us.
Toy. Real quick, Andal, you were successful. So the charts that you're looking at, they show that he had major head trauma, and in the charts, it says that he was located in the Jeffries tube, and it looks like at some point he had lost his grip and fell, and when he fell, he hit his head, and that's when there was an emergency medical beam out, and they put him into the room and did surgery on him. So everything is fine. He's just healing up, and due to the trauma, they want to keep him an extra day just to make sure everything's okay.
Okay. So no new information there. It's what's his surface emotions that I'm getting from him?
So at this point right now, you basically sense not so much deception, but just a lot of nervousness.
Okay.
And who's questioning him?
I mean, I'm definitely pushing the button here, so
Okay. Give me a reason and command difficulty 2.
you say so.
You say so.
You don't want to. Command.
Kolar Zell, you have no reason to be nervous here. We're here to help.
Help? I was just threatened with Klingons, those beasts.
No,
You know what they're like. They stink, they're big, and they're women. They're lustful. You don't even know.
Okay. Listen. We're not threatening any intervention here. We're merely doing our duty as Starfleet. So if you answer our questions, we'll move on. Otherwise, and we'll tell the Klingons what we hear, right? Or you can report to them yourself. Merely 2 options there, both equally possible. The choice is yours.
What's in it for me, human?
What's in it for you? Well, perhaps Starfleet can offer you those silver tokens from the casino. We have quite a few available. You'd spend quite a good time in there, I'd say.
He sits up real quick. He says, "Gold press platinum?"
That's right.
And he smiles
Yep,
and he
they're
sits
good.
back. So idle is it that you want to talk about?
Oh, in that little case that you dropped off to us, and maniacally laughed away and stormed off into the bar.
So I stole the
Any
idol.
bells?
I stole it.
Oh.
I stole it from a religious temple in the Beta Quadrant, obviously. That is where we are. The planet's name, for an extra strip of latinum, I'll tell you the planet's name.
Yes.
Okay. The planet's...
I was just gonna say, out of character, real quick. Do we own his ship or something? Don't we? Didn't we get a ship?
You know where it is, and the Klingons gave you access to it, yes.
Right.
No,
That
and we
was
also
that
got.
stall owner.
Yeah, he gave me his shuttle.
Yeah, that's a different ship, not the Ferengi ship.
But we
Right.
own a ship.
Okay.
We do. We already got the shuttle towed already in it. I'm pretty sure we did that.
Oh
the
yeah,
last
we were
session.
talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Disregard that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Disregard.
Anyway,
It's the planet's name is Pedra, and it's in the Vel Mahal system. It's about
Omaha.
4 days away. But the greatest thing about that idol, it's made of gold. And he gets a real big Ferengi grin. And he goes, those people on the planet, they look like you. They look like you humans. The pre-warp ones, the religious ones, they're always the easiest to exploit. Rule of Acquisition 261.
Okay.
A wealthy man can afford anything except a conscience.
Click.
Oh, hold please.
Yep.
Hold please.
Yep. Click.
Need to get you
There it is.
This thing on.
like wolf.
Commander Kullat, could you investigate in the Beta Quadrant the Vel Maha culture? I believe it's only a 4-day warp from here. I don't know how fast, but could you please look into this planet culture and see if there's any Starfleet colonization? See, we colonize that planet anytime.
You mentioned pre-warp, Commander. that might be a concern.
All right, we'll
Understood.
see.
And then I'd start punching that in the computer.
Click,
So-
click. Yeah, we'll see what Kaval. Excuse me. We'll see what Kullat can find out about this planet, and we can go into more detail with the pre-warp. It's definitely concerning to say the least. But okay, so Frigga, you acquired this device from these cultists or this religious group of individuals pre-warp, and then you came directly here.
No. I had plenty of travels afterwards. And then I had plenty of bad luck, too. Now I'm here.
Yes, it seems that device, although brings some good luck for a short amount of time, it seems to backfire rather considerably. During your visit, was this culture hostile to you in any way?
I went at night. And they did not like seeing me when I was at their temple taking their gold idol.
Well, who would?
Well, it's mine now. Well, it was. It's somebody else's at this point.
Yes, it seems to be under Starfleet control now. Very well, Kolar. I don't think I have anything further, and I'm scanning the room and I'm looking at my compatriots here.
Well,
See if they have anything to add. No?
Commander
Very good.
Maricadi, if I might have a word.
Of course. Thrall, Andal, keep this Ferengi in check. Thank you. Shut the door.
It seems fairly clear, Commander. He hasn't really committed any crimes under Federation law, except possibly for the violation of Prime Directive, which I don't know that we could prosecute a Ferengi for. I don't know that we can hold him for anything.
We're not going to. This person, this Ferengi be Ferengi, and Ferengi will always do what Ferengi do. At the end of the day, we are responsible for the artifact solely, and if I'm not mistaken, we need to definitely report this to the captain. But we might, well, if it was up to me, we would be bringing this artifact back to where it belongs.
But if they are indeed pre-warp, then we cannot violate the Prime Directive.
Of course not, but returning an object that was stolen from them by other empires, there are ways that we can work this out without violating the Prime Directive, I'm sure.
Thank you, Commander.
Yes, Prime Directive's here to keep us safe and keep also these cultures safe as well. So we want to make sure that this makes sense. Although very strict, the Prime Directive can be interpreted different ways.
Oh, yeah, well, yes, if you're a Captain Kirk, but of course, none of us are a Captain Kirk, are we, Commander?
No, of course not. A man of a decade, a man of a century, you could say. But I digress. Let's get these boys back on the ship, and let's talk to the captain about next steps regarding this artifact. Again, something's tugging at me to take this back to where it belongs, but we might need to do it incognito. And then I open the door.
While you guys were out in the hall, he would have leaned over to you, Zemp. And you, Grazerite. You have sensations just like I do with my lobes in your horns, right?
Why, yes, I guess you could consider that a similar action. Something like that.
So, you like Latinum?
Well, I don't have any, poor feelings about Latinum. I haven't any good ones either. Seems like a fine currency.
Would you like some Latinum?
very much appreciate your offer. However, when I was in possession of Latinum, it only brought me misfortune.
Brought you wealth and fame? What's all Latinum does?
Unwanted attention, I suppose, if that's what you would like to call it.
Unwanted attention. It brings me women and wealth.
Right.
What about you, Doctor? Am I safe to leave? Do you like Latinum?
I have no thoughts on the matter, but as far as you leaving, I would advise that you should stay a while longer and listen to the doctors here. That's a very serious wound you have.
What if I threw in some Latinum and you clear my charts so I can leave?
Absolutely not. And I advise that you listen to me lest you incur further injuries.
Oh, now, please. We don't need to make any kind of physical. What's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. I don't want to say threats. That wasn't a threat, was it?
Bribery?
No.
Of course not, Thrall.
And that's when the other two walk in as you guys are talking, so go ahead and finish.
So I pop in.
No, of course I won't take any bribery. Oh, hi.
Well, I believe our business is done here. Unless you have any further business with the Ferengi, it's out of our hands. Kolar, you can pick up our Latinum from the casino front desk.
You gave it to the bar?
Yeah, we redeemed it.
And he kind of slumps down. And he's like, I'm never going to see it again. I owe Bryn all sorts of... He just kind of lays back and looks. And he's like, and he says to himself, and he goes, you know, I had a good 7 weeks of wealth. And he just kind of like drifts off into the, as he kind of gazes up.
Right. You know, Kolar, I'd say you need some more luck, but I think you've had enough for a lifetime. Well, let's hear back to the bridge. Click, click. Click, 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 click.
Hang on.
Is this thing on?
Hear me now.
Like, holy shit.
There, see, look what you did.
Stop! No, please. Kullat, we have, or excuse me, engineering, we have 4 to beam up.
Roger that.
No, not you. Whoever's there.
Commander, are you having issues with your communicator?
No, Kullat, I'm just rather impatient.
Well, either way, I would recommend having that looked at.
Okay. 4 to beam up.
4 to beam up. Kullat, give me a control and engineering. Maricadi, sensors and engineering, please.
Jeez.
All right. Yeah.
So I beam the other 3 first.
Oh my god.
I'm like just long enough to make him think that he's been left behind, and then I beam him as well.
Yeah, so they all get beamed, and I'm just sitting there holding my data pad I was writing down all these notes on. We'll look around for a second, probably eyeball the Ferengi, and then I get. Oh dear. You are testing my patience. You are indeed.
Who knew a Vulcan has a sense of humor?
Oh god, Seb died.
Seb died.
Being medically treated.
F.
Wait, is this our ship?
Seb.
Yeah, this is our ship.
Oh, this is our medbit. Okay.
I wanted to snuggle. Sleep over. Oh no! Oh, shit.
Look at you guys.
Yo!
Look, it reminds me of a comic once when 2 people were snuggling. It looks familiar. I don't know what that would have been.
Yeah, maybe from a comic or something.
Oh, did I?
Oh, very well. Commander Kullat, have you discovered anything regarding the culture of that planet?
Starfleet logs simply indicate that it's an M-class planet with humanoid pre-warp civilization. The metallurgical analysis indicates that it's pre-industrial, with the equivalent of Earth's Middle Ages in technology.
Oh. Middle Ages, huh? That might be an interesting little trip. But we do need clearance from the commander before we authorize any sort of incursion out to this planet. And it might not be the best decision to take this artifact back, but at the same time, I don't want this thing causing any more trouble for us or Starfleet.
Well, it is also curious, Commander, if this planet is in fact only in its Middle Ages, to Earth's reckoning, that they would have such technology with circuitry upon it.
Right. No indication of where this artifact came from in regards to their history? I suppose the logs are rather empty, as this is probably a off-limits planet regarding the Prime Directive.
Unless they had I don't know if digression's a word.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
digression. Unless they had a digression.
This may be a stretch.
Unless they had a digression in their civilization, it would lead one to believe that there was other interference in their society, such as the Ferengi.
Right. And if the Ferengi's meddling with sapient life, I don't think I trust a Ferengi to do that. But Kaval, you seem to have something on your mind.
Yes, I wanted to ask Commander Kullat. This might be a stretch, Commander, but can you compare the elements, the trace elements that the device is, the idol is made from, and check to see if those are actually present on the planet? Is that a thing?
The computer does seem to mark a metallurgic analysis. Let me compare the two.
Same role as before.
Very good.
Reason and science?
Yes, sir.
All Kullat's pulling that up, and sensors and engineering, right?
You are computers and science, sir.
Science, Roger, Dodger. While you get DM'd from Dion, I think, of what's happening, I click on my radio again, and I command, Captain, this is Commander Maricadi returning from our mission. It seems that this device that we've acquired is from a planet in the Beta Quadrant, from a pre-warp culture of Homo sapiens. It seems this artifact was taken from them by the Ferengi. My first instinct is perhaps returning this artifact to their rightful owners before we incur any other additional unknowing effects, or before this device breaks containment. But I'm concerned with the Prime Directive, so that we will have to make this an incognito mission.
Well, Gregory, don't you think it'd be acting in Starfleet accord if we attempt to return this, right?
Absolutely, Captain. I know that with all my heart.
Captain, if I may.
Commander, go ahead.
At Lieutenant Commander Tathok's suggestion, I have run an analysis, and the metallurgic makeup of this idol does not match what could be expected from this planet.
So you're telling me... So, the Ferengi, did he say he stole it from this planet?
That's right.
Then, in my mind, if it is up to us to return it there, we don't know if they gained it, if they made it, if they retrieved it somewhere else. It's not our place to interfere with their culture. If that's where he took it from, that's where we'll take it back.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Commander, if I may, Captain?
Sir, go ahead. Lieutenant Commander, go ahead.
Are we perhaps, though, in that case, is the cure perhaps even worse? I mean, is this a case of we return it and we are causing unnecessary upheaval to their civilization, their societal progress?
It could be. It could be, Lieutenant Commander. But with the Prime Directive, it's not our place to interfere with the culture. This Ferengi pushed himself in and took something that, for all we know, was part of their life, provided something that we may not know about. If we don't return this, we may be disrupting that.
And you'll please, Captain, excuse my Andorian impulses here. I regret being quite so rash. But could this have potentially have been something that some other culture placed to be a disruptive element? The damage has already been done by the Ferengi. This culture may be better off without this idol being returned to them.
That is a possibility. There's a lot of what ifs right now. Unfortunately, the only information that we have to go off of, Cavall, is that the Ferengi took it from this society, when we don't know how it affected this society when he took it. Now, it's been several weeks. What did he say? 7 weeks? 7 days?
7 weeks.
7 weeks. So, we don't know how this idol affects it. We don't know if it's some sort of icon. We don't know if they believe it might be some sort of power source. All of that.
Perhaps it would be advisable at this point to, at this juncture, to investigate before just handing the statue back over to them.
Yes, I agree with Tatak that we should investigate further and maybe observe the culture and see what the absence of this idol has done.
This is definitely going to warrant an investigation, to say the least. However, pure and simple, we need to return the artifact. So we need to do that with as least influence on their culture that has already been taking place. Whether or not it's been placed there beyond our control or by another empire is yet to be seen. And until that is proven, we can only operate on what we know.
Mr. Tech Thrall.
Speaking.
If you could do a scan of the charts, the star charts, let's reveal where this planet actually is. As we're starting to wrap up here and we'll be leaving the station, so Starfleet expects us to be on the spot with our next mission and with no waste. So if we can get this done and handled before that mission, I'd like to do that.
Already on it, Captain.
Tech Thrall, that's reason and science. Ship scan is computers and science. Actually, sorry, reason and Conn. Sorry, reason and Conn.
And I'll use my astro navigation focus. Is that a correct?
Yeah, that is fine. And the commander commander's still on the comms. Obviously, we're just kind of doing a quick roll. Lieutenant Commander, you also bring up good points. I think what we need to do is once we get to the planet, we can look into it, research it, and then we can make a decision based on that.
Thank you, Captain.
Turg, so you find that a route that you can take will actually, it's actually on the way to your ship's or your crew's first actual mission. So that's something you could put into the computer. You could notify the captain.
Of course, Captain. After a few moments of looking at these scans, it seems as though I think I've been through here before. I know exactly where everything's at. In fact, I believe it's on the way to our mission.
Mr. Tech Thrall, that's understood. Once everybody gets to their stations, we can get underway.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time, Captain.
You're welcome, Lieutenant Commander. And real quick, I've got an equipment drop. Okay. All right. thanks, Distals. We'll figure out how we're gonna put that in there. So everybody going, we'll have everybody head back to their stations before we get underway here. Or suck. Yes, that was to convince the captain to go,
Right.
Commander.
Right. No, I thought that impressive to say the least.
And I have marked his extra momentum down. And
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Okay.
Sorry.
And we will head to the bridge. 1 second. So the captain kind of... What? Oh, the bridge?
Nice. I love it.
So the captain kind of walks out, and he says, "I've been in some discussion with the commander of the admiral of the station, and it seems we are to offload some torpedoes in preparation of our next mission. And this is to make room in storage as we start to move. And so,
Offload torpedoes, did you say?
Offload torpedoes.
I did, Lieutenant Commander. And it's only a couple.
Very good, Captain.
We will be briefed once we're underway. Don't worry, Lieutenant Commander. So I'll look to the engineer to do me a transport, and that's going to be, where's my sheet here? Where's my sheet? Sir, that's going to be a Control and Conn. Oh, no, sorry, not. Incorrect. Okay. Damn it, shit.
It's control and engineering earlier.
Yes, Control and Engineering, ship assist of sensors and engineering. But before you roll, I'm going to need you to increase your complication range, and I'll tell you how to do that.
It's
So once you
perform task, complication range. Yeah.
Yep, so you're going to put a 3 in there.
Under determination values?
No, so when you
below
click
that.
on Perform Task, right below
Yes.
that is Complication Range. Change that 1 to a 3.
Okay, and I have a transporters and replicators focus.
All right, go right ahead.
Do I need to change anything, or is that done?
No, that
automatically?
if you click on it, just make sure you click on under Perform Task, you use Focus.
Ah, right, got it. Use focus. Okay, and roll dice. Come on, baby.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Perfect.
777, boy.
So you successfully, as you start to transport these 2 torpedoes, all of a sudden you start to receive some sort of interference, and you don't know, maybe is it the idol, maybe it's something else, but one of them disappears, and a quick scan will tell you where they went.
Then I conduct a quick scan, please.
Okay, that's going to be control also, and science. We're going to use sensors and science for the ship, please.
Where are we giving Ferengi proton torpedoes?
Because it was a special request. Control and
Because it was God. It was a meta.
so control and science. Is that what you said?
Control and science, yes, sir.
Actually, it was Jesus Possum.
And what's the complication?
That'll be 3 also.
And this is a scan, you said?
Yes.
Let's see, can I use anything for that? Probably not. Okay, roll. Oh,
Perfect. Okay.
Perfect.
Perfect. So you learn that thanks to our channel spend, that one of those torpedoes went right over to a ship called the Exploitation. And
God.
Well,
the
that's
second
not subtle.
that got transferred, it went to warp and it's gone.
Wow.
Commander?
Kaval?
Someone just intercepted one of our torpedoes transport and has made off with it.
You say someone? Do you have any idea what?
The ship, the exploitation.
Oh my! You just donate a photon torpedo to a Ferengi vessel, Lieutenant Commander?
Apparently, Commander.
Okay.
Now please, let's not let tensions get too high. It was an accident.
No.
It was an accident.
No. Everything. It's
I'm
quite
sure
all right.
Okay.
It's quite all right. Don't worry.
So the
These
captain,
things happen.
the captain walks on the bridge and he says, "These things happen. Gregory, what are we talking about?"
Well,
An accident.
Captain, mistakes are mistakes, and human or otherwise.
Blue skin.
Sorry, human or whatever the fuck your blue ass is. Andorian. Yeah, you want me to start fucking stage? Just kidding.
To air is Andorian.
To air is Andorian. Oh no! That's what we talked about, Captain. Captain, with all due respect, morale on the ship is quite important, and although this, I would vouch for Caval's prowess in that if this was not his fault, but rather hostile intervention.
I stand at attention, Captain. I take full responsibility for this. This was my responsibility, the transport of these torpedoes, and it happened on my watch. I deserve any punishment that you see appropriate.
And he stares at you long and hard for a second, Caval. And he smiles and he says, "We'll take care of it. Contact the station. They can send a ship after it. They have its designation. We have to get underway."
Huh.
Yes,
But
Captain.
Lieutenant Commander,
Yes, Captain.
as the chief engineer, I don't expect this issue to happen again. Do you?
No, Captain.
Understood. Mr. Thrall, are you ready, sir?
I am always ready, Captain.
Captain, if you allow, I'll set us off.
Certainly. Real quick, Turg, I need you to give me... let me get back up here. Okay. I need 3 rolls from you, sir. All 3 of them are going to be a control and con. Difficulty 1. And Maricadi, from you, I need 2 different rolls. The first is going to be con and engines.
You can neutralize that if you need to. We have plenty of momentum.
Oh, but mine? You couldn't neutralize mine?
No, you could, but I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to mention it.
Thanks a lot, Craig.
Huh. Sounds like there might be an issue with the human and the
I'm sorry.
Andorian.
You don't know how to play the game, okay?
Oh,
right.
ouch! Throw that in my face, why don't you?
So it's 2 momentum to fix a complication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get rid of the threat. Oh, thank
Okay,
you.
So I've got 5 successes. I'll take 2 of them to neutralize one of those complications.
Okay. And Commander Maricadi, you did the first ship roll. I need con and computer, and then con and engines one more time.
I did engines and con. You want? Con
Yeah, I need another. I need one more.
and con? Oh,
Yep.
one more engines and con?
Yes.
Okay. Alright.
Thank you for the bits, Distals. We appreciate it. A little slow.
Yo, thank you.
Yes, thank you. But the love is there. The love is there. Ammo dump. Caval suddenly finds a random photon torpedo and has to fake like it's the one. Like the one
Like it's the one that
that he...
missing.
I'm okay with that. What do I roll?
What do I roll?
Well, you're gonna have to go back in engineering to find your random gift.
Your random gift.
And
There it is.
okay, so I'm gonna keep track of those complications because from this point forward, any complication you guys roll is going to lower your complication range for everything. So, more risks. Might mean something though. Might mean something's happening.
Did he neutralize this one though? Just wondering.
What's that? Yeah, the one. He had 2.
Wow.
So, real quick, Lieutenant Commander, you are able to undock, set a course, and you have no issues putting into Warp 5. The captain stands up and looks to you, Maricadi. He kind of straightens his uniform. Commander, I expect you to handle this. I'll be in my ready room speaking with Starfleet about our first mission. You have the bridge.
Very good. Thank you, Captain. Helm 1. Set course angled to 13.9. Warp to 5. And engage.
And
Already done, Captain.
and engage. So, you know what?
Yeah, it's very
I don't hate on the guy who's got all the sound effects except for a ship going to warp. Okay?
Oh, you're kidding me, dude. I'm hating
I love
on the
you.
guy.
I love you. Don't hate on him.
You told me not to. I'm doing it.
Listen. I'm just gonna say, we're just gonna. Here it is. I found it.
Warning. Life support failure on all decks.
Oh, sorry. That was the wrong one. Sorry.
Kids are on deck 3.
So you guys warp and you come upon the system and you pull up into orbit of the planet called Pedra with no issues, surprisingly.
How does it look on the from the front screen? What is Petra
On the
like?
front screen,
Tropical?
it looks like your standard Earth.
Oh.
And real quick, it is. Real quick, we're just gonna shift right back to engineering to use that spend real quick.
To do the missing torpedo.
Yeah. So nobody else is down here, I assume. It's just the chief engineer. You walk upon your engineering, and you suddenly, you as you start to enter in, it's strange because it's almost perfect timing that you get this. Lieutenant Commander.
This is Lieutenant Commander Caval. Go ahead, please.
Not sure what's going on here, but there's a photon torpedo sitting in engineering, and it's got your name on it.
I beg your pardon?
Why don't you come on down here?
I go down and I check it out.
So, in the engineering bay, right next to the warp core, is a photon torpedo. It's not armed. It's just sitting there.
And is it one of our standard reg torpedoes?
It is.
Federation reg?
It might be the one that just disappeared, because on it is in fact your name written. Caval.
Okay.
Right? And there's a how do I want to say this? Okay. It says, to Caval with love.
Well, that's not spooky.
And there's a Klingon house name on it. And that house name reminds you of your former girlfriend from Narendra Station.
That wasn't actually me who had that tryst.
Well, you had one of them, right? Turg had the other?
No, it was Turg and no, they both.
Maricadi.
Yeah.
Was it Maricadi? Oh,
Exactly.
Okay, so rewind.
What I do?
It has Zemp's name on it, and it says to Zemp with love, and it's got the Klingon house symbol of his girlfriend sitting there.
So I do some quick thinking, and I hit my communicator. Commander Kullat, Commander Kullat.
Lieutenant Commander, go ahead.
That experimental system that you and I discussed to protect munitions, that wasn't supposed to come on until next week. Was it already active?
Affirm, it should not have been. Let me check. Beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. It appears that it did somehow get activated early.
Then problem solved. Commander Maricadi?
This is Commander Maricadi. Go ahead.
Yes, Commander. This is Lieutenant Commander Caval. We have recovered our torpedo.
You recovered from the Ferengi vessel.
Yes, Commander.
How?
With assistance from Commander Kullat and Lieutenant Commander Zemp's Klingon girlfriend. It's a very complicated story.
Well, do spare me the details, but include it in your full report.
Yes, Commander.
That's amazing. That's really great to hear. I'll let the captain know. Great work taking initiative and how quickly you resolved this issue. Honestly, great work.
Thank you, Commander.
I answer the communication. When you say hailed, is that from another ship, or is
Your ship is being hailed, yes.
Oh, we're being hailed on screen.
So on screen,
ready for his makeup.
is Turg's former girlfriend.
What?
And she looks down at him and she kind of goes like this. Hello. And she looks up and she says, "Commander, I see you got my present."
Okay. Do tell. What happened, miss?
We were ordered to go rendezvous with a vessel that somehow acquired a piece of your property. Anyway,
Right. Mm-hmm.
I had it beamed back, and I put a love note on there for my little Zempy.
Oh, well, I'll be sure to show your little Zempi the love note. Thank you for your kindness. But how did you catch up to the vessel so fast? That's what I want to know.
Klingon secrets.
How do you get my P.O. box?
We haven't used PO boxes for centuries.
Zemp,
Zempi.
I will see you soon. And she kills the feed.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know about you, Zempi, but I'm a bit uncomfortable myself.
She has quite the sleuthing skills. Yeah, we should just do whatever we gotta do. What were we doing?
Relax, Lieutenant Commander. What's our ETA? We already arrived.
No, you've arrived at the planet.
Let's keep overhead. Let's do some subsurface. Let's do some subsurface scans. Let's see what the terrain looks like, what the fauna looks like, and the culture. We're definitely going to want to mimic their culture before going down, so we'll need disguises. So let's get a good case study going on for the next day or so while we plan our investigation. Let's do this right. Let's do this by the books. And hopefully no more distractions.
Right. Right.
So, Kullat, pull us up some of those scans. Caval, let's take a look at the architecture and the military ability and cohesiveness of this group. And let's get an idea of their biology, see how well it relates to our own, well, either human or otherwise. And finally, attack Thrall. Keep us in orbit, keep us coasting. Let's keep us moving at a impulse speed.
Of
Very
course.
Well, I'll be in the ready room readying the commander of the task. In the meantime, Commander Kullat, you have the bridge. And then I head into the ready room. I knock. Ding, ding, ding.
Enter.
I enter. Zoop, zoop. Door shuts. Captain, I merely wanted to get you abreast of the situation here as we begin our descent. We're going to be studying the culture closely for the next day or so, their anatomy and their organization and military capabilities to ensure a safe and effective mission, as well as, I must say, Captain, we've acquired the photon torpedoes that we were missing, thanks to a little help from a Klingon. In fact, a Klingon female that had been very acquainted with our very own Thrall.
Both torpedoes?
As far as I'm aware, Captain.
So, was the experimental system that Lieutenant Commander Kaval and Commander Kullat was that successful?
Well, apparently, sir. They seem to show a lot of initiative and a lot of determination to see this mission through to the end, even without guidance or oversight. They were able to dispatch this individual out and reclaim the photon torpedoes without incident or injury. And we have them in our hold now.
And you're saying we received another one from a Klingon?
That's right, Captain. Klingon female. We were introduced during our incursion there on the space station. Thrall and her seemed to hit it off. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we had some Grazerite Klingon babies here in the future.
That's interesting news, Commander. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's get this handled. We have 2 days left before we need to move on to our first mission.
Right. Very well, Captain. How are you feeling?
He kind of looks at you and he kind of cocks his eye and he's like, Commander? He's not sure he understands.
Oh, I merely wanted to demonstrate empathy in this situation. You are still human, so I wanted to make sure that you're holding up well, and not that anything indicated otherwise, Captain.
And he kind of stares at you for a second, kind of to make you sweat a little bit. You know, a little, we haven't worked together,
right?
Testing the waters kind of thing.
I get it. Like Picard and
Rekkert?
Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning. Uh-huh.
And he says...
Rekkert's like, oh yes, Captain, I'm going to prove to you I'm a good boy. Oh.
I appreciate the concern, Commander. I'm doing fine.
Good to hear.
Now let's go solve the problem you served us up.
On a silver platter, sir.
He smiles. He knows you obviously didn't serve it up. He's just trying to cut through the tension that might be in the room.
I get the humor. Yeah, it does not fall on deaf ears. Very good, Captain. Thank you for your time. We're heading down here within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Understood. And he kind of turns back and he starts typing on his thing again. His little...
I buzz out of the captain's quarters and kind of, I do one of these.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
What, if anything, was the captain drinking?
How do you know?
Does he have a favorite brewed drink? Whether it be a tea or a coffee.
You gonna check his personnel file?
I'll tell you what.
Does our captain drink?
Why don't you give me
protein shakes or?
Why don't you give me a quick insight and command?
He's drinking some pre-workout. We're getting ready.
It's going to be a difficulty too.
The captains always have a preferred drink.
Earl Grey tea.
Oh, you haven't seen him with a drink yet. Got it.
So I head over to Thrall, knowing that there might be a little awkwardness to what just happened. I walk over to Thrall and I say, Lieutenant Commander, I hope you didn't take me too seriously. I'm only giving you a hard time, as they say.
With all due respect, stop mentioning it.
Very good, very good. I won't mention it again unless it comes up again.
Yes, thank you for your empathy.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Very good.
thank you for the response.
Oh my gosh. What are you, Data now? Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway.
He doesn't have the junior grade lieutenant commander's empathy to understand that he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, right. I'm still like, hey, this is not a big deal, right? And you're like,
Get out.
no. You're like, yeah, it's not a big deal. Just don't
I've
fucking
been
mention it."
violated and you keep bringing it up.
Yeah, right. I keep having to relive this trauma thanks to you. I'm like, oh no, I'm so sorry. But not really. Because I don't know. Kaval? I walk over to Kaval, see what he's doing, how he's doing with the, architecture and basically get an idea of how these buildings operate, what their civilization looks like as a whole architecturally, what their cities are like, villages, get an idea of their layouts. That's what I wanted him to do, so I want to see what
So how are you going to do that?
Talking to me or Kaval? Or yeah. Oh, so okay. So Kaval, let's take a look at the surface of the planet here. With our scanners, can we determine the density of their population? And furthermore, I would like to know their architecture. I would like to know how their buildings operate. I want to get an idea if they use, being Middle Ages, I assume, classic, manual doors, perhaps with hinges. But again, just let's get an idea of their mechanisms at play here, and I think you're the best to do so.
I think we could also look for perhaps energy sources. Are they using standard
fossil fuels, you could say?
fossil? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, Commander. Are there mining activities? Are they?
Right.
I'm sure Commander Kullat has some great ideas in that area as well.
Well, why don't you start with those scans of the surface? Start working that way. I'll head over to Kullat here to see what he can do in regards to their science, and see if we can work together on this.
Of course, Commander. I'll take a close look at their waste management system.
Waste management? That's not what I said. I don't care about their sewers.
So what kind of role would that be, Admiral?
So what are you trying to do? You just want to scan the planet, or you want to actually go to the
I'm
surface?
looking for population density.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing this from orbit, man.
Yeah, we're doing everything over right now.
Looking for population centers, density, fuel sources, fossil fuels, use of fossil fuels. I would think that would be gaugeable by the amount of pollution in and around and around the major population centers.
So, give me a reason and science difficulty 2. We'll get a ship assist, sensors and science.
Well, that's neither of those are my strong points.
Well, if neither of those are your strong points, hey, Kullat, perhaps you could help Commander Kaval, Lieutenant Commander Kaval, in his efforts of subspace scanning this planet surface.
I can do that, but for game's sake, real quick, what was the role again?
Reason and science.
And you're stronger in engineering, right?
Yeah, I'm more engineering. Reason and science. That's a 7 and a 1 for me.
So
Yeah,
you could make an argument possibly to the GM and ask if your engineering could be used, because that's the facet of their society you're looking at, right?
You're exploring.
How their craft's made and set up.
So you can make that argument.
Yes, it could. And could I maybe use insight as opposed to reason?
If you explain why.
Because that would have to be very insightful of me.
What the fuck? No, okay, try again. Strike 1, go ahead.
All right, I'll go with reason. Can I go with reason and engineering, Admiral?
Yeah, go ahead.
And
based
what
off
did you say it
of
was?
difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
The ship already rolled as well.
Okay,
It's
thank
got
you.
your back pretty well. Neutralize it. If you want to.
Yes, I would like to very much.
2 moments.
Okay.
So we did what? With that total roll, because of the ship and you, it was 3 total successes. And it was a difficulty 2. So we gained 1 momentum, which means we have 7. Then we go down 2, which means we're at 5. Right?
No, for some reason that counter only goes to 6, so I'm keeping track of it
Oh.
here on paper. So
Oh,
you're
that's weird.
actually at 8. And
Okay.
okay. And real quick, while Caval's doing that, is the doctor doing anything special?
I would probably be looking at them, or the actual species that inhabit this planet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you-
I have a xenobiology focus, so I'd be looking at their physiology, maybe what kind of diets they have, stuff like that.
That's good.
Okay.
I don't know if you'd be the culture guy too, like of how to communicate effectively or not, but it's just a thought. I don't know if that's your specialty.
Could try it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in game even, I'm talking to you about this, like,
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
because ideally we make this transition as seamless as possible, and we don't show up like,
Yeah.
yes, we're part of your culture.
Commander Maricadi, did we get the exact location that this was stolen from? I know it's on this planet from some religious building, but
Right.
do we know
It was a temple
more
of some
specifically?
sort. We do not, but I assume because of its complexity and design, perhaps we could even look for any additional artifacts on this planet, 1, or 2, look for the biggest religious centers, like in the 20th century, the Vatican was one of the ones on planet Earth, in fact, which you might not know about that, but it's near and dear to me. So something like that could be a religious center or something that would host or hold this important artifact. I would guess, of course. We have to see what the surface looks like.
So, Caval, with your scans, you kind of almost confirm what Commander Kullat has already discovered. It's an M-class planet. It's got a humanoid pre-warp civilization. It's really just a densely wooded planet, but one area seems to stick out and seems to be populated. And within that area, your analysis indicates that, again, it's the equivalent of Middle Age. So standard wood huts. There are a couple stone structures, but the town does seem to be centered around one stone structure in particular.
So is it like feudalism then? Like a lot of farms and then like one center castle stronghold kind of thing?
Yes.
That's kind of how I'm imagining this.
Yes.
Farms and small huts, and then a one castle.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was just clarifying. Whoever you told that to can tell me.
That was to Cabal.
Commander Maricadi,
That's me.
what the Admiral just said.
Sorry, the Admiral's talking to you? Is there something? Should you go see a doctor? Yeah, the Admiral in your head? What about the hinges? Yeah, what about the door hinges? Sorry. Let me... Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. It looks like early Middle Ages feudalism, and with the lack of concentration anywhere else on the planet, it looks like they have a lot of room to grow, in fact, which, resource wars were fought on my planet many, many decades over the course of our history, so perhaps they're the lucky ones.
That is actually something worth considering. Admiral, can I scan for anything out of the ordinary than what we expect? I'm talking any sort of transmissions that shouldn't be there shouldn't be any sort of transmissions other than your natural geological background radiation.
Right.
Any sort of heat sources, like from some sort of, I don't know, technology under the surface.
It's just something like other than fire and lava.
Exactly.
Like a man-made electronic type of signal.
What,
Further-
what I'm looking
furthermore-
for, what I'm
Yeah.
looking for is one, is this a some sort of organic life that's developed on the outside skin of some sort of super underground computer type thing? I saw that episode. Or alternatively, a hidden post warp, obviously alien vessel, perhaps somewhere on the surface, out of the
Yeah,
view
that-
of the inhabitants.
And then while you're doing that, I see you kind of like starting to type away, and you kind of like get lost in yourself a little bit because you're like just hyper focusing on this. I think anyway. And then I come up and I put my hand on your shoulder and I'm like, we do have the metallurgic composition of that artifact that we acquired. Perhaps using that to cross-reference what you're doing here will help pinpoint what you seem to be looking for.
And I spin around on my heel and I point at Commander Maricadi and I say, "Oh my God, you're not just a pretty face." And I start checking for that as well.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Okay. Well, I figured that out. Did you have anything, Grax, for your?
You didn't tell me what to roll.
Oh, sorry. Check your Discord.
Yeah, he did say check Discord and Skype chat. I mean,
I missed that.
Okay, and then I will get your roll together here. Zemp. It's gonna be
out of game. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to talk to Tech Thrall without making him uncomfortable.
Commander Maricadi, if it's okay with you, I will send out a high-resolution reconnaissance probe.
Yes, just make sure we don't get that too close so that we catch any unwanting eyes.
Of course.
I trust your discretion.
So to send that probe, Grax, I need a reason and science from you, and a ship, sensors and science.
It probably doesn't apply. Starfleet protocol for a focus.
No, that doesn't really apply. But nice try.
Wow. I bet you if you would have led with,
Nice.
does this apply instead of, it probably doesn't apply.
All right,
we
I'll
have-
take that for next time.
we have enough momentum. Just saying, you could totally neutralize it.
Yeah, I'll get rid of that complication if that's
I
something
don't want
I
any-
can do.
Don't want
Yep.
anybody seeing our fucking probe, please.
Okay, so let's see here. You launch the probe,
Oh.
and into the atmosphere it
But you know
goes.
the warp sound? What the fuck?
You know,
Sorry.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I didn't even know you guys went to warp. So you send the probe down, and it starts to send back some high resolution data, just like a high resolution reconnaissance probe might. So what it does is it actually starts to reveal these humanoid-like people, and they really do. They look like humans, minus a few little facial ridges and things like that. But their clothing resembles, medieval cloth. So like you'd see peasants wear, and you don't see like anything out of the ordinary, like somebody might be standing out in terms of, oh, that person might be in charge, or there's like people over here wearing knight and armor, things like. They just all kind of look like peasants. And within that, the whole area almost looks kind of desolate, except for one major stone building in the center that all the huts seem to surround.
Alright, I would relay that information then. Commander Maricadi and well, everyone else, it appears that this town is constructed around a larger stone building. No one seems to really stand out. They're all wearing what I would describe as a Middle Ages, medieval peasant would wear.
Like medieval human era?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So, basic cloth, nothing fancy. Now, this center structure here, though, it's just stone, right? There's nothing indicating any strange properties or otherworldly influence. It's...
Well, I could pilot the drone a bit closer to get a better scan, but nothing unusual.
It might
on
not
the
be
current
worth it.
scans.
You've done enough, I would say. You've got an idea of their culture. Now physical features, bipedal, humanoid, are they human? From the looks of them?
They don't appear to be.
Okay. So
Although
if
they
not
are
human,
bipedal, humanoid, and they have facial ridges that you would not find on a human.
Very well. If we can get save those scans for our team that handles creating, disguises, because we'll need some additional makeup and disguise for this excursion. I don't want to, I don't want to be known to these individuals as otherworldly if they have no otherworldly experience. That would be against the Prime Directive. So, save your analysis.
Admiral, I would like to kind of do a cross-reference of what I'm seeing with the people down there, and see if we have any databases on like what this culture would be. Any more information on that?
Like in terms of its race, do they belong there? That kind of thing.
Yeah, just like everything that we're seeing with this species, if we have anything on them, cross-referenced with other species, I guess, other cultures.
Right. Does this species exist elsewhere? Kind of how I'm thinking
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, so you can use the ship to do that. Give me a control and science with ship systems of computers and science. And real quick, Kaval. So your scans, you were looking for any alien power sources, any metals that might not belong to the planet, things like that. Anything that would stand out in a Middle Ages era, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so when you do your scans, everything seems as is, seems normal. There's stone, there's the same metals that Earth had. Nothing about what you're seeing indicates or shows any sort of special power source, any alien metals to the planet itself, and nothing even hidden like below the surface. Everything just seems like a normal planet during the Middle Ages.
Understood. I relay that information to the rest of the crew.
Sorry, you relay what, Lieutenant Commander?
No, look, guys, they look just like your standard medieval peasants. I'm talking Renaissance fair, walking around with turkey legs. I mean...
Oh, you're familiar with
what you see is what you
fairs?
get. I've read up on quite a bit of your cultural hijinks.
Oh, okay.
Commander.
Sure. So, I appreciate your initiative.
Humans do appear to get up to many hijinks.
Thank you, Zemp.
Anyway, well, let's get all this data gathered together and put into a report. Well, apparently, with the lack of information we have altogether with the history of this species, we'd be the first to make contact, and we'd be the first to actually establish actual logs and actual reports for this. So let's make sure we follow protocol. Let's make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's within regard to our reports and logs that we're making to the computer. That being said, we've done all that we can for now. Let's take a break. Let's grab some food. See your families if you have them on deck, on ship. And we'll reconvene here in approximately 18 hours. Does everyone find that appropriate?
Yes,
Good.
Commander. Shall we let the scans run on auto during that time to see if there's any aberrations?
That's correct. Monitor the. Keep us cloaked. Actually, do we have a cloak? Holy shit! I don't know if that works
You don't.
like that.
No.
Okay. All right. Just keep us scanning. Keep us ready to engage if need be. But please do get second shift up here, and we need to have some dinner, fill our tummies, take a nice R&R break here. I did say tummies in character, okay?
What a commander. What a commander. Is anybody else doing anything before they're relieved from their command?
Losing respect.
Are you kidding me? Because I said tummy? Because I said tummies?
Oh, that's good.
In addition to that, the database checking I was just doing, I would also start running an algorithm while we're away to track all of the motion of the people down on this planet to see if you kind of get an idea of what their general day is like where people go throughout the day, that kind of thing. See if there's any major gathering points.
Okay. So everybody else obviously starts to leave the bridge, and the doctor is still hard at work giving me a reason
To live.
and science difficulty 2, and the ship's help of sensors and security.
All right. We never resolved the stuff from that last one though. Did I find anything on that?
With which role?
Checking if this species exists anywhere else, basically.
Oh. Hades, can you say the same message you said in Skype a second ago?
Oh, yeah, I see now. So as everyone's walking out, Commander Maricadi, before you leave, everyone, it seems that there's no other humanoids that represent what we're looking for here in the Starfleet database. So that this species, it's truly unique to this location.
What a wonderful thing that is, Lieutenant. We are quite literally pioneering this adventure here. Like I said, let's keep the logs updated. Let's keep the Starfleet procedure in place. But, oh my god, am I excited.
You look at Commander.
Now go fill your tummy up.
I'm so excited. Alright, let's go eat!
So, before everybody adjourns and we fast forward 18 hours ahead, Lieutenant,
don't like it. Something isn't right.
something.
Yeah, okay.
So, Lieutenant
No, I'm sure
Grax.
this is
So
totally normal. Are you kidding me?
it is. You watch them. They during their daytime hours, you seem to see several people that flock to this center stone structure. And they may be there for minutes, they may be there for hours. But other than that, they seem to try and go back to their life. They go back to field, to work on the crops, to be building structures, things like that. As the nighttime goes through, your probe reports back that nighttime seems normal. Everybody seems to adjourn to the evening. However, there are 2 humanoids that you see that tend to almost patrol or walk around the area where the stone structure is. And that's during at night. And as we come up to 18 hours ahead, we'll be basically coming up to like early morning times. So, second shift has finished. Nothing new to report to the commander. Everything in terms of the scans they've repeated for you, just to see if anything changes. Nothing changes other than the information that Grax has retrieved from the probe at this point. And now you guys are back onto the bridge.
Oh, so is everyone well rested?
Yes, I'm doing quite well.
Well, don't all speak up at once. Okay. Still a little drowsy, I see.
So, what did those algorithms produce? Anything fruitful there, Lieutenant?
Oh, well, we didn't seem to get anything of extreme importance out of this information, but the people from around this village do seem to enter the center stone building at times. I couldn't locate any particular time where they all enter and congregate, and some of them stay for different lengths of times. But I did find that at night there seems to be 2 of these people that patrol the building, perhaps guards.
Very well. Do we have an accurate detail of their route and times that they're stationed at? Are they consistent? Are they?
You do, and they aren't.
They
I
aren't.
didn't tell you that.
Okay.
You do have one, and they aren't consistent.
So I'll let you tell me.
Well, I have their pattern from last night, but I wouldn't call it consistent by any means.
Lieutenant Grax, if I may, does their patrol route involve entering the building, or do they stay outside, just circle around it?
Well, here, I'll send the data over to your screen now. And perhaps as a security
yes,
officer,
they do go inside also.
I see.
Is there any period? I look at the data, Admiral. Is there any period or lengths of period where the interior of this building remains unoccupied?
No, generally there's always at least one person outside. Sometimes there are 2.
No, inside.
Oh, inside. You're asking if people are inside?
If there's any period of time when they're, I don't know, half an hour at a stretch where there'll be no one inside.
There were so your scans were not able to retrieve anything from the inside due to the thickness of the stone structure. So the information you have,
signatures, nothing of that nature.
Nothing like that. No. So
Wow.
your scans,
thick stone.
Basically, your scans reveal that these 2 that are walking outside, at one point or at some points, one always tends to go in, spend some time in there, and come out again.
Because it would be nice if we could just beam somebody in, do a quick scan, and beam them out.
Yes. Well, Kullat,
But that
correct
doesn't
me if
know
I'm wrong here, but what our sensors are inhibited by masonry, by simple stone? This doesn't seem to add up here. I imagine our sensors would be able to at least penetrate that, unless something else is causing interference. If you had a device, Kullat.
Can I do a scan of that, Admiral?
Of the stone?
See if we can penetrate through it, or
why can't we? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, if we really just can't penetrate normal stone, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so this is actually just going to be a reason in science difficulty 0.
Oh.
High lead content.
You're right, something, That's what I'm thinking.
So, the probe that was sent down is just giving back almost visual information, very basic information, nothing special. So, you just need to scan the structure itself. With the ship, not the probe.
Right.
Is what I was this is what I was getting at. The probe wouldn't be scanning the structure. It's
the probe.
Commander,
is just for,
I believe
us to
we
see.
simply haven't scanned it thoroughly.
Hey, fair enough, Kullat. It's your responsibility then. Beep boo. Beep 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 boo.
oh god.
Oh shit! What happened? What did we scan?
Commander, it appears
No, that was-
the structure
that's
did
not what you want.
appear to enjoy being scanned.
No, it did. It's hostile. Oh shit! Is that our photon torpedo?
Oh,
is
it just showed up.
And there is
Um,
picking noise emitting from it.
Yeah, no, the all of the scans so far have just been basically all around, like the point is just to kind of get you to scan that specifically.
Yeah.
That's all.
Wait. Do I understand this correctly? None of us thought to actually scan the building?
No, we were just getting there.
We
okay?
were busy investigating.
Let storytelling happen naturally. Come on. We were getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Which their hinges are made of an impure iron, so
Okay,
those
yeah,
only
great.
last a couple decades before they rust out.
Good to know. Thank you.
So I'll do a scan there of that stone structure.
So the stone
hinges.
structure, that'll be reason and science, ship sensors and science. Difficulty 1.
How is their aqueduct system?
It runs well. It
It
removes
runs water.
removes all fecal matter too.
Do they
It's
have
the
any
realism.
on
It's the
this
realism of this show that I really enjoy.
Absolutely, like surrealism. When do we? Do you need me to do something with the ship sensors, science?
Yes,
maybe, or-
yes, dear. Sensors and science, please.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 1 extra mom. What would you like to do with that?
extra informations?
So you scan the structure, and since it's kind of, we're approaching morning, you guys have just got on it. Obviously, things haven't changed yet. As you scan it, you notice that there's nobody inside. However, at one point, one of the humanoids does enter the building or the structure and walks around for a while and then makes his way out, or their way out. And the same thing, they go back to their patrols, and another point, somebody else walks in and comes back out. So, yes, at some point, the room is empty.
Could
There
we
is an intermittent patrol of the structure.
could we, if given a couple of days, establish patterns of
It's
when
possible.
I think we
Lieutenant
only have
Commander.
another day before we were supposed to get on to the next mission.
Right, we have limited time here, though. So, with our limited information, we can only work on what we have. That being said,
May I make a suggestion?
Lieutenant, go ahead.
Could we simply beam the idol down there and it's somewhere into the village or into the stone building when we know that no one is within eyesight?
there's a lot of assumptions,
Yeah.
being made there, Lieutenant.
That's a scary situation to be in. I mean, if we beam it down and somebody notices this thing reappearing, I mean, yeah, they could associate it with whatever god or religion they worship. But again, but us directly influencing it even further.
I would argue that we run that risk no matter how it reappears.
You're right. You're right.
Although we would not want them to see it being beamed there, I believe that no matter how it reappears, there could be individuals down there that interpret it certain ways.
But you're making the assumption that this was indeed the settlement, that was indeed the building where this originally came from.
Well, right, but isn't this the only structure, city, organization down here on this vast planet? I mean,
I believe that is what the scans had
right.
revealed to us earlier.
So then naturally this would be where it would have to be from here. I mean, if not, it would be just on a remote part of the planet. Surely not. Then he wouldn't have stolen it. The Ferengi, that is.
I follow the line of reasoning, and I understand the captain's orders fully, and of course I support the crew entirely in this mission. But I would just like to log my disapproval, if that's not too strong of a word, disagreement with this course of action. We know that this device has negative side effects, and we're inflicting or re-inflicting a potentially foreign object upon what you yourself said is a unique species, something that is really quite astonishing.
Lieutenant Commander, we don't know what this is for and what these people have to contain this device.
My point, Commander, but a lot of assumptions are being made here.
I do recall that my initial inspections of this device showed that it connected to a larger piece. If we are able to beam someone down quickly to have a look around, they might find the pedestal or larger structure that it belongs to.
Right, and that could possibly be keeping it contained.
Commander Kullat,
Lieutenant,
that I would agree with.
Lieutenant Commander,
when you said that had me thinking. That artifact in our possession brought us great luck, as well as the Ferengi. But without that possession, brought us great bad luck, if you will. What's to say that the civilization, with this artifact being connected with this pedestal, keeps it stable, keeps it healthy, keeps it lucky? Think of our small bad luck that we had, the small bad luck that Ferengi had. I mean, blunt head trauma and the minor inconvenience we had on docking from the station. Think of what they could be experiencing down there right now. If coming from the source, this could be a very dramatic effect comparatively that happened to us.
It could be, or that could just be supposition, Commander, that the detrimental after effects extend past the removal of the device. The device itself gives off emanations.
Yeah. If not, it could even be a safeguard of the device itself. Either way, it needs to be replanted back into its structure, and who better to rely on that than Starfleet themselves? And that being said, in respect to our policy and procedure, and with our study of this culture, I believe that we are able. In fact, I'm confident that we were able to reestablish connection with the device without violating the Prime Directive and securing this culture's place in the universe as a flourishing, self-sufficient culture without our influence. Who's to say that this artifact came from another culture, another alien race, another pre-genitor? That's not for us to decide. It's just up to us to put it back in place.
And potentially perpetuate a cargo cult, if you are familiar with your Earth terms.
Once again, this isn't our place. We are merely returning the artifact. That is it. That is all we are here for, Lieutenant Commander.
As you will. I've voiced my view on this matter.
It is welcome, but I must insist.
My dissenting view.
Dissenting view? Jeez. Don't be so harsh on yourself.
Admiral, would we be able to? What's the likelihood of us disguising ourselves and going down there and immediately being found out to be a fraud? Like, are there enough people down there that we could blend in, or would everyone immediately realize there's a new person in this very small village?
Give me a real quick insight and command roll, difficulty 1. Actually, no, don't, because you're Starfleet, so this kind of would be almost standard for you. You have the use of your replicators. Those replicators can possibly make things that you might need to blend in. As a doctor, you have tools as well that might assist you in those endeavors. And don't forget, your initial scans showed that during the day, large amounts of people tend to flock that direction as well.
Okay, so it is a dense enough population, though, that they wouldn't immediately say, hey, these people have never been in this village before. Like,
yes, yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Okay, because I know we can disguise ourselves, but I didn't know if it was just like, maybe 20 people in this village. I didn't have a good idea of the density.
Right, they realize, you're not one of the 5 people that live here.
Yeah.
Right. Hang on a second. We're all family here, and you're not family. Where'd you come from?
Commander Maricadi, we do have time that we could conduct a very brief scouting mission to get more information firsthand. To Thok's credit, I think he is correct. There's too many unknowns here.
Very good. You will be accompanying me down to the planet's surface, and we'll be determining the safety and security of the next mission. Thank you for volunteering.
Of course, I think it's a great decision to bring me along, as I can get a general feeling for the emotions that these people are feeling now.
I think so too. That's exactly why I wanted to bring you along. And do I have any other volunteers?
I think you would probably benefit from my skills on the transporter.
I think so. Vulcan, you'd probably be too off-putting. I wouldn't want to put you on. No offense, of course. It just the culture wouldn't take.
The smaller the team for such a mission, the better, in my opinion.
Glad you understand. And finally, Thrall, we need somebody to pilot the ship. Although we do have replacements.
Do you?
But none as best as you.
Why, thank you, Commander.
I'm over here like, please don't take that. Please don't take offense. I don't want to hear from HR.
So what you
Very
doing?
good. So then myself and Lieutenant will be beaming down to the planet to perform a reconnaissance mission. From there, we'll be able to communicate with the team on the bridge to report back any findings that we may find, to get a readout of the civilians, what their stability looks like, and how they communicate socially. And then from there, we can perhaps beam down a bigger team to actually drop off the artifact in a secure fashion without provoking perhaps local authorities or unwanting eyes.
Okay. And you guys just beaming down?
Yeah, we're just gonna be down right in the center of town. Yeah, middle of the day. We're gonna descend down. We're like, yeah, we're prophets of your god. You know, the whole shebang.
Travel through the Choppa Eye.
Preferably to a remote area, maybe a mile off of the city. We'll have to do a small little hike to actually get to the main center. That way, we're not catching any weird eyes or, you know.
I suggest that we also disguise ourselves.
Well, of course. So we would do makeup and whatever. I guess we don't have to do makeup if we have some sort of sci-fi tech to actually just disguise ourselves. But making ourselves look like the natives.
Yep, and replicate their clothing.
Right.
So yeah, you can do that. The replicator is nothing. You don't even have to roll for that. But to make yourself kind of look like the natives, that's something the doctor can do with his dermal regenerator. And what I need for him to do that real quick. Let me find it here. So we'll assume that this is being conducted in sick bay, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two things real quick. One, your role and all is going to be daring and medicine, difficulty 2. And I need a ship assist. We're going to use computers in medicine from that. And that's based on the information gathered from the probe and everything else to help the doctor do what he wants to do. And then lastly, one of the special things about being on the ship is the ship has its own talents. And so if you look on the ship's page, it has, how do I post it?
Advanced sick bay.
It has advanced sick bay. So that's one of the specialties of this ship, is its advanced sick bay. So all that stuff aside, it helps reduce your difficulty down 1 from whatever the roll is.
So what's the difficulty, Admiral?
Sorry, did I not say that?
It'd be 1 now, right? You said 2, I think.
Yes, it's difficulty 2, so now it goes down to 1.
1, we have 3 successes, baby.
Okay. How do you want to spend the momentum? Do you want to bank it?
Create advantage.
What do you want to create? What kind of advantage are you?
An advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Like,
I'll help you. How's that? So, I'll help you out. Since we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I mean,
it's basically just like related. It's a scene related advantage basically. So, I'll help you out real quick. When you did the scans, you noticed they were all kind of raggedy looking. Their clothes, they seemed worn. They didn't seem well kept. Everybody seemed kind of dirty. So, basically, what this advantage is going to be is you replicate both the clothing and the officers to resemble that. Because obviously, basically I'm kind of helping you out with this just as a learning thing. Because if you guys would have went down in crisp, fine clothing, you would have stood out. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm kind of using the idea of the advantage here that we're going in some shoddy clothing here that to actually look like we're part of it.
Okay.
So yeah, we can do it that way. So you easily alter everybody who is going's appearance, and the clothing has no issue being replicated. And that's where we're going to stop. That is where we're going to stop. So, we will go around real quick and chat with our crew, see what they're thinking, find out their thoughts, and then we'll do a quick raid. So we'll start with our commander, Commander Gregory Maricadi. Go ahead.
So we're getting this situation down on this planet here kind of situated, and I'm very confident in my team to be able to perform what they need to do effectively. I'm not worried about this mission. All in all, I think this is going to be very straightforward, and I think this is going to be very successful with Commander's trust in his team right now, especially without their last two missions. I think we work so well together that we could take on, a galactic threat, which thankfully this isn't, or yet to be seen. So I'm excited to get down to the surface.
And on to our science officer, Commander Kullat, Vulcan.
Kullat's still kind of intrigued by what actual effect this idol has, though he recognizes that his time with it is short and it needs to be returned to whence it came.
And onwards to our Lieutenant Commander Zemtak Thrall on Conn, the Grazerite.
I believe that our actions moving forward have gone fairly well. I don't necessarily enjoy the argumentative nature of the last few hours, however. I think we'll get it done.
And on to our Andorian in engineering, Chief Engineer Lieutenant Commander Kaval.
I have, as I've already stated, some concerns about the nature of this mission. I think perhaps this is not necessarily the correct path, but as a Federation officer and a proud member of this team, I will support in any way that I can. My emphasis now is on beaming the party down safely and making sure that regardless of what happens, I'm able to bring each and every one of them out quickly and in violation of various codes and regulations if I must.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
What's the prime directive? And our Bajoran, not our Bajoran, our Betazoid, I always do it, Chief Medical Officer Lieutenant Junior Grade Andal Grax.
Andal is nervous going down on this planet, but excited. But with his recent time off that Commander Maricadi gave the whole crew, he was probably thinking a lot about how Kolar Zell could possibly do something as to go down to this unique, planet pre-warp civilization and possibly cause them harm. When someone causes harm like that, it really weighs on Andal Grax.
And for the rest of the week here, Friday, 7 p.m., Curse of Strahd.
That should be.
All right. Saturday, special time, special place, special episode. Our grand finale of the final episode.
Ultimate.
The grandest finale.
Of Aliens, the almost year-long Greenfields scenario. That'll be interesting to see how that ends. And then lastly, on Sunday at 7 p.m., Descent into Avernus. as well. So you guys stick around. We're going to do a quick raid. And I appreciate everybody who's dropped the channel points. And was it Distal that he gave us some bits? So I appreciate that, Distal. Who else? I know we got. Did he drop both? Did they drop Distal's place? Did they drop both special roles for you guys?
Yes, but a bunch of people came in. Thanks to
We had a bunch of new
Distal's place,
so
so
yeah, we had
appreciate that.
awesome stuff. Yeah, appreciate
Okay.
it, buddy.
Awesome.
Awesome seeing
Thanks to everybody. If I missed something you did, I apologize. I get deep into the game and things like that. We appreciate you guys hanging out. Any new followers, we appreciate the follow. We'll see you next time. Until then, live long and prosper.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Warning. Self-destruct sequence has been initiated. Warp
And
core
we're all dead.
overload in 4 minutes, 55 seconds. There will
There you go. And
That was excellent.
we've raided.
One by one. Everyone in all of you went
That's
until
awesome.
until it got to Sev, who went.
What, is it this?
Classic-
Is this
classic
right?
Classic fucking guy.